And Hugh, I want to know the James Harden story.
All right. So this actually wasn't at Vegas. This was in LA last weekend, and was there helping out an assistant coach for an NBA team with a couple workouts. Just some of the networking that I had done previously in Vegas led to that. So that was a really awesome opportunity just to be in that environment. And as we walk onto the court, the court in this big facility that they had, I guess you would say, sectioned off for the rest, so no one could really see in and what was going on this court. Um, Someone pulls back the curtain for us, and who are the two players working out on the other end? It's Kevin Durant and James Harden. And Mr. Harden's got his Sixers basketball shirt on, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. So there was an initial bit of just my initial reaction was play it cool. These are just NBA players, nothing out of the ordinary. Don't act like you haven't been here before. And so after a few minutes of just sort of gathering my thoughts and understanding that this is nothing out of the ordinary, just like any other day playing basketball, just some really good basketball players around me, I started to just pick up where I could, watch what was happening down the other end, and pick up on some of the drills. They were doing lots of 3-point shooting drills, sort of stuff. Even a drill where they weren't even looking.
They were doing them simultaneously together?
Yeah, they were sort of jumping in and out. Like I couldn't watch properly, but they were sort of like, they'd shoot one person shoots and they'd rotate through, the other person shoots. And I guess there was punishments to the losers of the drill, because there was a couple times where it seemed like James Harden was losing most of these drills, because a few times he sprinted down the court to our end and back. That's not the important part of the story. The important part of the story is that James Harden looked in good shape. He looked fine-tuned, definitely stocky, like we always expect. He's a strong body, built well, but he looked trim, like he'd been working out. He looked like he'd been doing lots of lifting. His arms looked big. I couldn't really see under the shirt, so I couldn't tell you exactly, but he looked like he cared. He looked like he was happy to be there amongst their posse, and I just think that's a small indicator of a good sign in this 76ers off season.
Yeah. So the moral of this story is, if we pick on a player enough, he'll finally get motivated to do what he should.
We hope. We hope.